Yo, what's good YouTube? Bizarre here. Today I'm gonna be showing y'all exactly how to progress VV because I know it's going to be pretty hard for beginners. The game could take really long to progress. I'm gonna show y'all like everything I did to be able to prog my slot. Something I forgot to add, actually, I just noticed after recording the entire video, that I want to make sure you guys know that this progression will take a long time. I did say this is the fastest because it will be. The way I showed everything, this will be the quickest progression you can do, but it still will take some time because the progression in this game is very slow. So just so you guys know, you will be doing it kind of slow, but don't forget this is the fastest way to progress. So when you guys spawn here in 4 atoms after the tutorial, you're gonna want to hold C and you're gonna be able to see pretty much every NPC you can speak to here. I kind of already did the quest, so I'm not allowed to speak to any of these NPCs, but you're gonna want to take this woman's quest right here, and then you're gonna want to talk to this guy. It's also gonna give you a quest to fight somebody, and you come over here towards this guy. You're gonna want to speak to him. He's gonna allow you to fight him. This is the quest from the man sitting over there, so you just fight him, get your XP. After you've completed the quest fighting this guy, you're gonna want to open up your portals menu. On the keyboard it is U. I'm not sure for anything else. You're gonna want to go to the Soul Society Outskirts, so I'll see you guys there. Once you make it to the Outskirts, you're gonna spawn right here at the Sweetwater. This is where you're going to be for quite a while, like this whole world. Outskirts, you're gonna be here for a while. But the first thing you can do once you get here is come right back here from the spawn to this house, and right in front of these barrels right here should be a little chest. The chest is for the quest that you just got earlier, the necklace. Find the missing necklace for the woman. So now after you got that necklace, if you want to, you could just go right back to 4 atoms and claim your quest, or you can just continue. So once you're here, you're going to want to hold C, and you're going to see a lot. You're going to see a lot of NPCs here that you can speak to. Just make sure you complete every quest here. You might see some quests with gray arrows. That just means you're not leveled enough for them. You guys can always track your quests at the quest log here. Track where they are. When you click track, it'll show you where to go. So in case you cannot find a quest that you're trying to do, make sure you come to the quest log and track them. Otherwise, you'll be lost. So once you complete your quest here in the Sweetwater, you're gonna get a new storyline quest where you can go to the village called Mizuki Sato. As you can see, when you hold C, it is up there. So in case you guys are lost and don't know how to get up there, since it's kind of annoying to get up there without Skywalk, I'll be showing you the quickest route, so I'll speed up the video right now. Okay, so now you are here at Mizuki Sato. I think you'll be around level 15 to 20 once you get here. Don't quote me on that because I kind of forgot. I'm not making a new slot. But the same thing as the last village, there are going to be a wide variety of quests here. So this is where you're going to be for another while, probably to around level 30. So make sure you hold C, find every NPC and track the quests. Once you get here, I don't know if you can see it when you hold C, but if you come right up here through these stairs and talk to this person, this is where you can buy a bank. A bank is a little tool that you can use. Anyone can use it. Come down here, go anywhere you want. You have to make sure there's no type of like roof. You're not under anything when you call this, but anyone else, you can just call your bank in. If you ever get a rare item or a droppable, and here, have your bank. These are things you want to look out for now that you are here in this village, because there are some things you can kind of do early on to make your progression quicker. One thing you can do later on in the progression, you're gonna need to craft a respirator. This is to get to the next like area for progression, you will be needing this. You're gonna need to save up on essences, especially dark ones, dark and soul essences. You're gonna want to save those, so if in case you have your bank already, just go ahead and store them, because I think they are droppable. You guys are gonna want to look out for your levels. Make sure that right here, the second you hit level 25, you start meditating. You start doing whatever your race progression is. For Quincy's, it's this, the lieutenant. For Arankars and Shinigamis, I think it's also meditating. So you're just gonna want here, new task, task info, all of that. You can speak to him, and this is for your lets, and for your other races, it's for your res, for your shikai. You're gonna want to start meditating, and you're gonna want to spam meditation. But every time you get the ability to meditate, because you're gonna either go up a meditation point or fall asleep while you're meditating. This is for people who can meditate. For Quincy's, all you do is talk to your lieutenant and do your task. When you do a task and you talk to him again, you won't be able to do another one. But all you have to do is gain player XP to be able to get your new task. So once you finish a task, go around, do a mission, kill some NPCs, and then come back and talk to your lieutenant again. For Shinigamis and Arankars, all you want to do is meditate. One of two things will happen. You will glow. You will either glow after you meditate, or you will fall asleep. If you glow, that means you got a point towards your meditation. If you fall asleep, that means it didn't work. But you're going to want to just spam meditation until you don't fall asleep, because once you get enough points, you're going to start teleporting into your inner world. Once you first unlock your inner world as a Shinigami or an Arankar, you're going to want to continuously meditate, because it just doesn't end there. What do you want to do when you get into inner world? You're going to want to walk around for text to appear at the bottom, chat. But once they appear, once you have all the progression, you can just leave. It won't matter. Once you go in once, it gets a progression. Then you're just going to want to continuously repeat the cycle of meditating. It's all you do. You just meditate until at one point in your hollow world or Shinigami world, you're going to be able to fight yourself. You got your Shikai, you got your res. And as a Quincy, it is a little bit different. Not sure why, but all you have to do is do your lieutenant missions continuously until you get the ability to craft your let's still. Then you can unlock your let's still. Crafting requirements aren't too heavy. I'll show you the requirements to craft it, and that's it. Then you can actually go ahead and get your script right after you get your let's still. Thing I wanted to show you guys, considering I had a few friends back in testing that didn't know where this was located. There's going to be a quest here in this village. Might be the one back there by this carriage, but it's going to be one of them. You can just go to your quest log and track, where you have to find somebody's cousin. Let me just show you guys very quickly where that's at, how to get to it. Once you guys are in here in this cave, which is the cave of the giant dragonfly, which is a boss, you won't have to fight it. So, oh, that guy's behind me, so I gotta go. What you want to do is just run past it towards the right over here. But don't worry, it will lose aggro, so you don't have to worry about it chasing you. You're gonna want to come all the way to the back, and right here there will be an opening in the cave. Just go right in, and this is his cousin. So you're just going to want to talk to him and then go back to the NPC. If you're a hollow, actually, this will be your best boss to fight, because you do have that one quest that's called Gain XP. What you want to do when you have that quest is find scorpion hollows around here and fight the dragonfly. That is the fastest way to progress a hollow and turn into a Vastocar. So after you are done with the cousin quest and you have completed the Mizuki Sato quest, you're going to get another quest line for the story, but you have to go to Nebukai. So I'm going to show you guys how to get from Mizuki Sato to the Nebukai Village. So this is Mizuki Sato, this is the entrance. So we're going to turn around. You're going to basically go to where we came from the first village. There's going to be like a cut off kind. Oh no, it's going to be a bridge to another side of the outskirts, where that is where Nebukai is. So I'm going to speed up the video here until we get towards the bridge. We are here at the bridge, but I actually want to give you guys a tip. When you are progressing through villages or running to another one, you want to actually hold C, because there are some NPCs around the outskirts that you can do quests from. This guy right here is a repeatable quest. It doesn't give a lot of XP, but you know, in case you do have a quest missing, you can always do his. There's gonna be some NPCs over there. Right over here, there's gonna be like an NPC at the tree, gives you a quest to fight a world boss. So once you are going through villages, you do want to hold C, make sure you know that you've gotten every quest, because you will want that. Matter of fact, I actually went to the wrong bridge. So yeah, to get to the bridge, you just want to go right past this NPC that gives you the scorpion blood quest. Come over here, and this is the bridge. Just cross this, and I'll speed it up again so you can get to Nebukai. Now you have made it to the Nebukai Village. This is where you set your spawn. I kind of forgot to mention earlier that you do have to set your spawn at every village you go to complete the main storyline. Make sure you do that. You're just gonna want to hold C, look around for the NPCs that you have to get. That NPC right there is gonna allow you to craft the respirator here at the crafting table once you complete his missions, which will allow you to go to the Marsh, which is the next world you have to go to progress the game. So now you're gonna want to do every quest here. There's nothing really difficult here except for this guy maybe, which his quest is repeatable, so you don't really have to focus too much. I would say you guys have to focus on the yellow and the blue markers when you're doing quests. The purple ones aren't as much XP, but at the end of the day you can repeat them in case you want to do them again if they're easy. So these 3 villages are all your main leveling quests for like when you start the game. But there are more things you have to do. For leveling, you're gonna get new quest logs for story, where you have to go back to your homeworld. So you're gonna open up your menu. So you're gonna want to go to either Wanden, which you're Quincy, Las Noches when you're in a Rancor, and Soul Society when you're a Shinigami. So let's go back into Wanden really quickly so I can show you guys what you must do. So we are now here in Wanden. You're gonna want to come. I got lucky and actually just spawned down here. But if you're lost, just hold C. You're gonna want to come to the middle of Wanden. So you come here, and there's gonna be some missions actually. That's a quest I currently have active. There's gonna be some quests down here. So if you hold C and you see any, go ahead and do that. But the main reason why you're here is because you want to talk to this person. What he does is right here, if you look at the top right, you have missions. These are mission tickets. You talk to him because missions give you, quite a lot of XP actually, and that's how you earn soul tokens and you get loot. So you're gonna want to do missions when you're here, errand class. Once you are at a certain level, you can come here and talk to him. You're gonna want to request a promotion task because you're gonna have to promote in order to be able to unlock these class type missions, which give more XP, better loot, and you get like matched against the same level players when you're invading. So what you want to do is come down here, request your promotion task, and when you go look in quest log, you're gonna have a whole long task. I can't really show you guys because I don't have one, but you're gonna have a promotion task. The first one is quite simple. I think you just have to kill some hollows and gain some XP, and then yeah, that's where you unlock missions. Actually, it's gonna be pretty vital towards Quincy's because a lot of your tasks are actually doing missions for the lieutenant. So you're gonna really want to save up on those mission tickets. And if you guys ever have 5 mission tickets, which is the max, I recommend you just do 2 or 3 missions so you can like get some extra XP and keep mission tickets in case you ever need them, because it's not good to just load up on them when you can be getting so much more. It's always another form of XP that you can gain. After you guys have figured this out, you're gonna want to go back to the outskirts. Once you guys are done with Nebukai Village, that means you have completed every village in the outskirts, Society outskirts. So now what you want to do, once you've completed all the missions here, you should already have your respirator here equipped in utility. So you're going to want to come right down here on this path. There'll be some hollows, you can just run past them, just ignore them. There's going to be an elevator into the Marsh, and this is where you're going to be progressing for a little while again. Let's go into the Marsh. Now that you guys are in the Marsh, You're just gonna want to go ahead, like every other place and I've shown you, hold C and find all of the quests. However, in the Marsh, this will probably be your fastest prog yet, because all the missions here are extremely straightforward. You're just gonna want to fight a lot of NPCs, a lot of hollow NPCs that they have down here. That's all you do in the Marsh until you can unlock the Crocodile King. But yeah, you guys are gonna want to come over here into the Swamp King's retreat every now and then, or once you find out what the mission level is, because once you go over here, there's going to be a mission to fight Swamp King, which is the crocodile. Not only does this mission give 2 levels of XP, but when you fight the King Crocodile, you have a chance of getting his scale. And the scale is used for getting to the next world that we have to go to be able to progress. So, you know, just do him. And actually, this quest you can repeat for good XP. So if you ever need to repeat it again. In case if you didn't get his scale, repeat the quest. Do it again. Now, once you have completed the Marsh and you have gotten his scale, you're gonna want to go. Oh no. Once you have completed the Marsh, you're level 40 and you've gotten his scale, you're gonna want to go right back to the Outskirts. Once you guys spawn into the Soul Society Outskirts, you're gonna want to come all the way to the top. When you hold C, you're gonna see the name The Precipice. If you don't know how to get here, you can actually just go ahead and go to Mizuki Sato, the way I showed you guys earlier, and you just run up right over here towards his left. You just come right up. What you're gonna want to do is actually, when you hold C, there's gonna be some more missions here. You can go ahead and claim them all. You know, there's some pretty easy missions for your XP. But the main reason that we are here is because of the gate. Gate right back here is what leads you to the Arctic Plains, where you can get a new place of progression. And all you need to unlock the gate is, of course, the King Crocodile scale. So you just talk to him right here, give him the scale, and he'll open the gate for you. Now after this gate is open, you have access to the Arctic Plains. So let's go through and I'll show you how to do it. Now you will be spawned into the Arctic Plains, but you guys might have a lot of trouble here, considering this is the most tedious of all the progs in my opinion. This map is huge. There are many quests, and it's pretty bad, I'm gonna be honest, but it's okay. First thing is you're gonna talk to this girl, get her quest. You're gonna want to get to the Everwhite Enclave, however you pronounce it. I will speed up the video now to show you guys how to get there. Now we're here at the Everwhite Enclave. There are going to be another set of crazy missions. You're going to get a whole lot of missions in the Arctic Plains, let me tell you guys. There's going to be doing missions on missions on missions. But, however, if it gets to the point, because it probably will come a point where you can't do any more missions and you still need a lot of levels to get to the human world, which I think is level 60. Show you guys. This quest right here is a lifesaver. This repeatable quest probably gives the most XP I have seen, and all you have to do is fight the boss that is in this cave right now. Actually, I don't know if he spawned, but let's go ahead and check. He is not, but there will be like some type of samurai hollow that spawns here. There he is actually. And you're just gonna want to repeat fighting him and do this mission right here. That is probably the best way to gain XP if you're out of missions in the Arctic Plains. There's gonna be a quest here in Everwhite to find someone's daughter. I'm gonna show you guys really quickly where that is because it's right next to it. Just come down over this archway. Over to the right, I'll speed it up really quickly. You're gonna find yourself next to this skull. If you go over to the left of the skull, this is the mission, and that's it. Since we're already here, past this skull is going to be the next area of the Arctic Plains, where it's actually where you get Skywalk, this thing that I'm using right now. This is super useful for progression, for getting places, especially since the maps are so big. You're gonna really want this. So actually, when you come over here, there's gonna be another set of quests that you can do. There's gonna be some quests over there as well. There's some guy on a hill behind where I came from. There's actually going to be a few set of quests over here towards where you see the Dweller's Cave. You just go ahead of it. Gonna be some quests. You might not be able to get them because they are pretty high leveled just yet. This is the tower where you get your Skywalk. You're gonna want to climb this tower all the way to the top. It's gonna take quite a while. You will have to watch out for Quincy's that shoot you, because basically what happens is there are Quincy's here that knock you down so you don't get Skywalk, but they're pretty easy to dodge. You just have to know where they're at. So I'll show you guys a few spawns so you're not caught off guard by any of these Quincy's. Once you're up here, there's going to be a Quincy waiting for you right out here, so you're going to want to try and stay covered. This guy's another quest, by the way. You're going to want to try to stay covered. You can actually just allow him to shoot you and then go to him. As you can see, they have like a long time to shoot again. So what you can do is do that, kill him, or just go ahead and run past him. I would recommend you just knock him off. Once you're here, you can jump over this place. You're gonna do a big jump. There's gonna be another Quincy. I think he is bugged right now. There's gonna be another one just here, or maybe a little more ahead, that you can also knock off after. Oh yeah, there he is right there, and he knocked me off. But let me get back up there and then I'll show you guys the rest. Once you guys are past this Quincy, you're gonna want to come in here and climb up, which there will be yet another Quincy that can shoot you. So let me just go ahead and knock these guys off. Give me 1 second. Okay. There'll be a Quincy here, so you're gonna want to knock him off. Dodges things going up. Come on right up here. Going, just keep going, keep going. And then this is where you get to the next tower. Now this tower, this is where a lot of people tend to fail, because there is a Quincy up there that is very hard to see, especially from here. But when you jump onto this ledge, he can see you. What you guys want to do, this is a little trick I learned, especially with that Quincy, since you can't really hit him and it's pretty hard to dodge off a jump. You can come right up here to the ledge. As you can see, he still can't see us, and just run across. So now he wasn't able to see us. You got right across. This is where he's at. So you just sneak up on him. Oh, that was close. But anyways, you just sneak up on him, knock him down. And you're basically, yeah, you've basically beaten the trial. You just come up here, blah blah blah, come up the stairs, and then you're done. That was the last Quincy. Talk to this man and he will let you learn Skywalk. You're going through the plains. You're gonna want to hold C, because there are a lot of scattered NPCs through the plains that give you quests. So you're just gonna want to, you know, run around, get quests, gather quests, and you're gonna be doing these until you are level 60. I'll show you now what to do once you're at level 60. Once you are level 60, you're gonna want to come over here to this Coliseum towards the right of the skull. You're gonna want to come right up here, and actually, I don't know if you guys can, but I'm pretty sure there's a boss spawn in the middle. So if you just don't walk through the middle, you won't get teleported. I kind of forgot how that worked, so you can go ahead and try it and see if you get teleported. But you're gonna want to talk to this guy, and he's gonna give you 2 missions. The first mission, in which you have to deal damage to other players. The best way to do this mission, you will complete it very instantly. What you want to do here is you have a lethality, which pretty much scales how much damage you do to other players or NPCs. What you're gonna want to do is actually turn down your lethality with H. You're just gonna want to turn it down all the way to 25 and find another player doing the quest that would be willing to help you, or just get a friend, pin them up against the wall, pause, and just M1 them. Just continuously M1 them, M1 them, M1 them until you reach your quota of damage. And you speak to him again, and then your next quest, I think, will be to kill a boss. The easiest boss you can do is probably just go back to the Firefly in the Outskirts, because that's pretty easy to do once you're at high level. Or if you want, just go ahead and do the boss from the mission I told you earlier, the one over there by the Everwhite, because he is considered a boss. And then once you do that, he will allow you to go. If I click this thing one more. Once you finish this guy's quest, you're gonna want to take out your portal, and you now can go to the human world. I hate, by the way. But anyways, come over to the human world. Actually forgot to mention to you guys that once you are in like the early stages of the Arctic Plains or like midway, you should already have your sub mode, your Resurrection, Shikai, or Let's. Because if you guys followed what I said earlier, by that time you should already have it. But in the human world, you won't spawn where I just did. You'll spawn in a sewer, but you want to just get the quest down there, come out. Once you are at the top, you're going to want to hold C again and walk around. There's going to be a lot of missions you can get here. The thing is, with the human world, a lot of the missions are PvP based, so you're going to want to know how to PvP just a little bit. But it's all good because you don't really need to get a lot of levels here in the human world. It's about 10, I think, so until you can unlock Hueco Mundo. Because I think, yeah, you unlock Hueco Mundo at 70. So human world, you don't really have to take it too seriously. Just do a few missions to get to level 70. If you don't want to do the PvP aspect, you could actually just go right back to Arctic Plains and do missions until level 70. Because the main place for progression will be Hueco Mundo. Human world is just a PvP aspect of the game. There are some good XP quests, but if you don't want to do PvP, you won't have to do human world. Human world is not required nor necessary too much towards your progression. So once you are done with the human world progression, or you go back to Arctic Plains and hit level 70, you want to go to Hueco Mundo. And how to get to Hueco Mundo, I'm just going to show you guys that right now. You guys are here at the Soul Society Outskirts, which is where you have to go to unlock Hueco. You're going to have a storyline quest that told you to get to level 70 and other things. You come up to this guy right here and you talk to him. Once you finish speaking to him, you're actually gonna get the portal to Hueco Mundo, and that is pretty much the end of your prog in a sense, because right now, after what you watched, you should already have like an idea of how to progress quickly. So once you get to Hueco Mundo, which I'll go right now actually, we are here in Hueco Mundo. This is going to be probably the hardest prog. No, this is probably going to be like kind of annoying because the NPCs are pretty strong here. But by this point, you guys already know how to progress. So just do the usual hold C, gather missions, request. That is it. After you are done with Hueco Mundo, you are now a max level player. Go gank some freshies. Matter of fact, just go ahead and gank some freshies. You know, have some fun, play with your friends. But if I can give you guys any types of tips, there is this hourly thing that occurs with portals that you get sent to the Dangai instead of where you're trying to teleport. What you're gonna want to do, instead of escaping, you're gonna actually want to fight people, because you get a lot of XP in the Dangai from gripping other players. So that'll actually help with your progression quite a lot, especially if you're good at PvP. So just go ahead, go in there, fight some people, and then get out once it closes. And just make sure you watch out for the cleaner though, because he will one-shot you. So if you hear any types of screams, make sure you find a little hole in the wall, still in there until he's gone, and then go back to fighting some players. That's about it. It's gonna be pretty much everything you guys need to know for progression in VV. This is the fastest way to progress anything in the game. You guys are gonna have some fun, you know, PvP, all that. So thank you guys for watching. If y'all have any types of questions, just drop them in the comments. And if you want to see anything else in specific in this game, if you want me to go in depth about Script, your Bankai, Pagunda, all of that, just make sure to comment it. I'll make a video on that. So if you guys enjoyed watching, please drop a like, subscribe, and I got y'all with the guides. Peace.